Hello, St. John Fishers. It's Father John here. Another video where we're back in time and still in a foreign country. So it's now the first day of term when I'm recording this. It's the Monday morning, and I'm still in Italy. I'm down in the city of Rome, and I've come into the chapel of the Venerable English College. This is the training college, the seminary for student priests, which has been here in Rome in one shape or form, one way or another, for a little over 650 years. It started as a hotel for pilgrims. That was its first 200-ish years of existence. And then during the Reformation years, when it was illegal to train to be a Catholic priest, it was set up, converted in order to train priests to go home and minister in secret. And it's been functioning that way ever since. I was here as a student for the priesthood as a seminarian from 2012 to 2020. And we've come here into this chapel where I prayed more or less every day for 8 years, asking God, did he really want me to follow him as a priest? Did he really want me to give up so much of my life to follow him and minister to people like your good selves? And the answer seems to have been yes, and it all seems to have worked out. Rather nicely as I've been sent up to minister to you as your chaplain. I told you the other day that one of the most wonderful things about life as a Catholic is the way the past and the future and the present all mingle together. And you're very, very aware of that when you're in this chapel of the Venerable English College. So much of the imagery around here tells us of our past, and particularly of those men and women who gave up their lives because of how important the Catholic faith is to them, because of their desire to freely express their Catholic faith, not force anybody to be part of it, but always invite, always propose their Catholic faith, never to impose it. And nowhere is that more obvious than this box here under the altar, this reliquary. This contains the relics of some of the first students of this college, the first priests of this college, who were killed during the Reformation years for the alleged crime of being a Catholic priest. We have under there some fragments of bones, some fragments of vestments and clothes that these men, these priests, were wearing at the time that they were put to death in a series of gruesome and horrible ways. Humanity is a very tactile race. Human beings are tactile. We like to touch things. We like to be able to reach out and be connected with something. You know, NASA goes through phases of auctioning off nuts and bolts and platelets and panels from space shuttles and satellites and probes, things that have been in space. People pay a lot of money to have that thing that's been in space that they can touch. It's slightly similar with relics here in the Catholic Church. We have in this reliquary here these clothes that were on saints, these clothes that have touched holiness, these bones that have been part of saints, a little way of reaching out and being in contact with something that is holy. It reminds you again of the footsteps that you're walking in as a Catholic. It reminds you of that great heritage of faith, people who went through appalling persecutions just to give us the freedoms that we take for granted these days. One of the traditions we have here in the English College is to sing a Te Deum on the Martyrs' Feast Day. Te Deum is a Latin hymn of thanksgiving, and we would stand underneath this painting depicting the Holy Trinity of Jesus, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and we would sing the same hymn of thanksgiving that was sung after we realized in the past that one of our brothers had been called on to lay down his life for us. For us who are priests, it's the moment when we feel about that big, when we remember what people have gone through ahead of us to enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy now. And one more little connection, one more little piece of Newcastle under Lyme in this holy place in Rome. Now I have to try and angle this properly here. Where's it gone? There it is. This is a painting of the first students of this college travelling back to Rome. They've stopped off in the cardinal's house in Milan. They're talking to the cardinal up there about their mission. And can you see above the head of the man in black who's standing, there's a little square painting. It's a painting of St. John Fisher. The Archbishop of Milan at the time, a man called Charles Borromeo, who was himself later declared a saint, was always keeping track of what was going on in England. He was very concerned about the persecution of Catholics in England, and he used to pray to John Fisher, who had not long been put to death for his own faith. So, up there is a little connection to Newcastle under Lyme, where we have our school of St. John Fisher. There's a painting of St. John Fisher inside another painting, as future saints look to an existing saint in order to inspire them, look for that contact with holiness that's gone ahead of us. A little bit of Newcastle under Lyme all the way out here in the English College in Rome. Pray for your priests who sacrifice a lot to do what we do. Hopefully we won't have to sacrifice our lives like the martyrs of this college did. Pray for your priests, pray for me, and if you're ever in Rome, come out here and see the English College. God bless.